Yeah. We be on them highways. Tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do it my way. We on the highways. Tell them be cool, we on the byways. Bring out the word, they looking sideways. I don't do this my way. I hold a 6-man. Demons rolling up, I'm about to fix that. Scoffer about to talk, I got the word for him. I ain't even know I even heard from him. Scriptures coming out and ain't no word from him. As soon as I pull out the laws, they run away. You was laughing, he gon' laugh at your calamity.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Aretha? Alright, like Aretha Franklin. Alright, all praises. My name's Micaiah, okay? So I got a question for you. First question. I want to ask your kids, is that alright? Hey, what's your name, fellas? Keandre? Mario? Alright, let me ask you something. What color is Jesus Christ? What does he look like? He's white? You think he's white? Yeah. Alright, well, what do you say? You think he's brown? Alright, so we got conflicting testimony here. Hey, what's your name, bro? Gabriel. Gabriel, alright. My name's Micaiah. What color do you think Jesus Christ is? Black. You think he's black? Alright, let's read that. Let's see what the proof is in the Bible.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Read verse 1.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing. That's what the revelation means. It means the revealing of Jesus Christ. Alright, read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
To show unto his servants.
Things which must shortly come to pass.
Read.
And he sent and signified it by his angel.
So he sent and signified it by his angel. Read.
Unto his servant John. Verse 2. Who bear record.
So we bear record. When you record something, you write it down, right? Read.
Of the word of God. And of the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And of all things that he saw.
So he wrote down what he saw. So this is what he saw. Read verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs.
So the head on his hairs and the head on his the hair on his face, his beard was what?
Were white like wool.
So it was white in color and woolly in texture. All right. Who on the face of this earth got woolly hair? Gabriel, you know? Who got woolly hair on the face of this earth? God. Right. Who else? On this earth.
Old man.
Okay. Who got woolly hair, sis? I got woolly hair, right? This brother got woolly hair, right? If you look at his sheep's wool, it looks just like that, right? Alright, so Christ had woolly hair, right? So that means he was a so-called black man according to today's term, right? Read on.
As white as snow.
So his hair was pure white, read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes was as a flame of fire, meaning his eyes was red because Christ drank wine. His first miracle was turning water into wine. You read that before, Gabriel? All praises. Read on.
And his feet.
And his feet. So now John the Revelator looked down at his feet, and your feet are the same color as the rest of your body, ain't it? Right? Read on.
Like unto fine brass.
Like unto fine brass. What color is brass?
Brown.
Brown, right? It's a derivative of brown.
Right.
Read on.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So what happens when you toss anything in the fire and it burns? What color does it turn?
Brown.
It turns black. Right? It turns dark black. So Christ was a dark-skinned black man.
Right.
Give me that image right there. Lift that up for us. We have been deceived into thinking that Christ was a light-skinned, brown man, look Middle Eastern, or that he was a white man. That's what they call the image of the beast in the Bible. Okay?
Right.
This is the biblical depiction of Christ.
Right.
Now there's a reason why I brought that out. Let me get Proverbs 3 and 31. There's a reason why I brought out the color of Christ, because we have an identity. We have an identity problem here today in America. You understand? We don't want to emulate Christ or God, because God has woolly hair too. That's in Daniel 7.
Right.
Right? We want to emulate the people who are oppressing us. Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
So we're not supposed to be envious or jealous of the oppressor, right? Who is our oppressor today? Who on the earth is oppressing the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? You can say it. It's white people, right?
Bring it up.
It is white people, right? So, read on.
What brings you to that conclusion?
Well, let's see. Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, right? Eric Garner, right? When Tamir Rice, you understand what I'm saying? This even goes back to slavery. Who put us in slavery? Who poisoned the water in Flint? White people, right? We don't control that. The white people are oppressing us to this very day.
Right.
Read on.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose what?
None of his
So
ways.
we're not supposed to do anything that our oppressor is doing.
Right.
Now let me ask you a question. What are you doing right now that the oppressor is doing? You can't think of nothing? Alright. Let me get Leviticus 13 and 13. Alright, so
doing this
well, we're about to bring it out. We're about to bring it out because what did we already go through? A lot of us think today that Jesus Christ is white. Your son said it, right? So there's a problem with that because if we envy the oppressor, we're going to do the things that he does. We're going to emulate or copy the oppressor, right? Read on.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 30. 13:30. Then the priest shall see the plague.
So what's a plague? A plague? No, not a plague. Plague. A plague is like a sickness, right?
Yeah.
All right, read on.
And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin.
So he looks and sees a sickness deeper than the skin. What is the sickness that he's talking about? Read.
And there be in it a yellow thin hair.
What?
A yellow thin hair. Then the priest shall announce him unclean. So
the priest is going to announce this yellow thin hair is unclean. Let me ask you a question, sis. Is your hair naturally yellow? What color is your hair? It's black. It's black. There's a reason why I'm going over this with you. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Okay? Because we have to come back to loving who we are as a people. If we see Christ in one another, we're not going to want to have yellow hair. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to want to have purple hair. We're not going to have red hair. We're going to have the black wool that God created. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a reason why this is. Read that. You don't have your... Alright, let me get Psalms 50 and 2. Let me get Psalms 50 and 2. Alright, because we have to understand what God thinks of us. You understand? So we can see that in ourselves. You understand? Read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 15, verse 2. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty.
So Zion is a place and a people. Zion is the 12 tribes of Israel. What you see on this sign right here. You understand what I'm saying? So out of Zion shine what?
Our God hath shined. Oh, our God shall come.
Read verse 50.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 2. Out of Zion,
the people, Israel, read.
The perfection of
what?
Of beauty.
So naturally, we are the perfection of beauty. Here's why. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 13:1, okay? Because we are the most beautiful people that God ever created. You understand? The original man, what color was he? He was black. It said God created man out the dust of the ground. When I get dust of the ground, that's talking about dirt. What color is dirt? It's black, right? Dust of the ground ain't white, it ain't red, it ain't yellow. You understand what I'm saying? We're going over how to come back to our true nationality and love who we are according to the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Got that?
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read.
Surely vain are all men by nature.
So naturally we are vain. That's why we envy the oppressor, because they set themselves up to act like they're the standard of beauty. When who's the standard of beauty, sis? Us, right? We are the standard of beauty. We don't.
Who are ignorant of God.
Because we're ignorant of God. We don't know who God is. That's why we do these things to us. That's why we dye our hair yellow. That's why the women wear pants. You understand? That's why the brothers sell dope in the hood. That's why we shoot and kill our brothers in the street. You understand? We gonna get into that, sis. Yes, ma'am. Read on.
And could not out of the good things that are seen know him.
So we don't know him because we don't see the good things that's in this book. Read.
That is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
So we don't see everything in this earth as the works of God. So we don't consider that we were the ones that were made in the perfection of his image. You understand? Read.
but deemed either fire.
So we esteem other things. These are talking about idols, idolatry, but it's talking about fire, read.
Or wind.
Or wind.
Or the swift air.
So we esteem other things beautiful, more beautiful because we have no understanding of God. Read on.
Or the circle of the stars.
Read.
Or the violent water.
Read.
Or the lights of heaven. To be the gods which govern the world.
So we look at these other things and we say, oh, that's God. Oh, look at the zodiac symbols. They're God. Oh, look at his fire. It's God. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not true. The only true God is a black man and he looks just like you. Sis, he looks just like your son. He looks just like all the men you see around here. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 3. With whose beauty, if they being delighted.
So if you guys are delighted to rejoice in the perfection of the Most High God, read.
Took them to be gods.
Read on.
Let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
So the Lord of us, the Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Lord of the Israelites on his sign. You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
For the first author of beauty.
He was the what?
First author of beauty.
So when God created that first black man out the dust of the ground, he was the original author of beauty. When he created his son, Jesus the Christ, to look like the people up under him, the nation of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? That's the perfection of beauty. Read on.
First author of beauty have created them.
He created us. Read.
Keep going.
Oh, that's it? That's all that is? Give me Matthew 5 and 13. Right?
Bring it up!
Because we need to, like I said, we have an identity crisis here. You understand what I'm saying? We do things that we see the oppressor doing because we say, oh, look at this white man. He's getting some benefit from the things he's doing. Why can't I do it? The white man got a Bentley, I want a Bentley. The white man wearing Gucci, I want to wear some Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? But these things aren't for us. Y'all see in the news this week? The Gucci thing? They would have blackface on. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care about us because they make us a mockery.
Right.
You understand? They don't appreciate the beauty that's within us. That's why we need to come away from that because they never thought that we were beautiful. But the only person that matters is the Most High God. And this is what he says about us. Read.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13.
Read.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the people that you see on this sign, we are the salt of the earth. We know that already. We say that all day long. I hear people who don't know nothing about the Bible talk about how we are the salt of the earth. Right? Read on.
But if the salt have lost its savor,
if it loses its flavor, what's it gonna be? Nothing, right? Because we're losing our flavor trying to follow after these stale ass white people. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
Wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It's good for nothing. When we put blonde in our hair, when sisters wearing pants, when brothers out here selling dope, when we out here shooting our brothers down, it doesn't profit us nothing. The salt has lost its savor now. Read on.
But to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men.
So it's not good enough, so we cast it out. Those things, that's why we shouldn't be following the oppressors, because they don't got no salt in them. We are the salt. Read.
Verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
We are the light of the world. Read on.
A city that is set on a hill.
We are the city that's set on the hill is Jerusalem, the 12 tribes of Israel. That's where we're going to dwell when Christ comes back.
Right. Cannot be hid.
They cannot be hid. Read.
Neither do men light a candle.
So now Christ is making a similitude. He's giving you an example. Are you gonna light a candle and do what with it?
And put it under a bushel?
Are you gonna do that? You gonna light a candle and put it right under a bushel so it can be hid? No, right? Read.
But on a candlestick. And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
So you light that candlestick and you put it up in a place where it can be shown around the house, right? That's what we need to do with our people, our nation. We need to rise up and understand that we need to come away from acting like our oppressors. You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
Let your light so shine.
Let the natural beauty that God created you to have do what?
Let your light so shine.
Let your light shine.
That's right.
Read.
Before men. That they may see your good works.
So that they may see your good works. They get all kinds of compliments. Oh sis, what do you do with your hair? I love it. I love the way you wear your natural hair. That's you expressing confidence, you expressing beauty. But when our sisters just put chemicals in their hair to make our hair stringy, you know what I'm saying, and flat, to try and emulate the white person, that don't look right on us, right? That's why let me get Isaiah 3, because there's a curse for not doing what we're supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
So we haughty. They walk around and they act like they all that. Read on.
And walk with stretched forth necks.
You see women around there, they do all this, the neck rolling and all that. That's what it's talking about. Read on.
And wanton eyes.
And so they also, when you go out, you see women looking at other men to lust after them. They look at them, they act like men. There's a lot of men that's wrong on both sides. Read on. Walking
and mincing as they go. And making a tinkling with their feet. Verse 17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head.
So the crown of their head, that's why you see a lot of sisters wear wigs and things like that. Not to say that that's your issue, you know what I'm saying? But we see a lot of sisters, because they want to perm their hair and go after the traditions of the white man that look like them. That's why they see a lot of our sisters, they don't have edges, right? They don't have any hair up top. They got to wear wigs and stuff because their hair falling out. Read.
The daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
Because they are not following up to the commandments of the Most High God. You understand that? So, let me get a law. Okay, go ahead, read on.
Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smells.
So instead of the sweet smell that our daughters are used to having, the daughters of Zion, the Israelites are used to having.
Right. There shall be stink.
There shall be funk. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And instead of a girdle, a rent.
Read.
And instead of well set hair.
Instead of what?
Well set hair.
Beautiful, pure wool that you're naturally grown with. Read.
Baldness.
What?
Baldness.
It's gonna be bald, sis. That's what happens when we get the perm. That's what happens when we try and look like the other nations. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
And instead of stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth.
So now you're gonna be all nasty. You know what I'm saying? Is that it? Read.
And burning.
Read.
Instead of beauty.
So instead of that beauty that we already covered in Psalm 52 and then Wisdom of Solomon, we gonna have that burning. So let me get another law. All right, let me get Deuteronomy 22:5, because you asked me about pants, right? All right, read that for me.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
So this is another way that we envy our oppressors, right? Because we weren't taught this. Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So, read that again from the top.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So, what do men wear that women should not be wearing? Right, pants, right? Read on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. What do women supposed to be wearing that men are not supposed to wear? A dress, right? Because that's confusion. You understand what I'm saying? If a man walks around with a dress on, it's a spirit that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? That's effeminate. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the woman. If the woman wears pants, she got a man spirit. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard the expression, I wear the pants? What does that mean?
I'm the boss.
That means I'm the boss, right? But are men and women equal?
No.
Who is supposed to be in charge of the woman? The man, right? Right? It's supposed to be the man. You understand what I'm saying? Read that.
But the woman is running. Right. Men, sorry. Not y'all.
Not every man, though.
For all that do so.
Hold on for a second. Now, it says for the man who's wearing a dress and for the woman that's wearing pants, for all that do so are what?
Or abomination unto the Lord thy God.
What does it mean to be an abomination?
That means it's not following God.
What else does it mean? It means you're not following God's laws, but what else? What does it mean to be an abomination specifically? disgrace. Let's go.
The book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13.
Read.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
So it means he hates abominations, right? He hates it when he sees women in pants. He hates it when he sees men in dresses like young jock. You know what I'm saying? Read.
And they that fear God love it not.
So if you fear the Lord God, you're not going to want to wear pants. Let me get 2 Ezra 16 and 67. Because what is the fear of the Lord? Yeah, have y'all ever been taught that before, what the fear of God is? You understand? You seem like, you know, you're more seasoned. So, what is the fear of the Lord, sir? What's your name, by the way?
Elder waitress.
Elder waitress? Okay. So, let me ask you a question. What is your nationality according to the Bible? You a black man, okay. We're going to get into that in a second. Read that. If we don't find out what the fear is, then we're going to get all of y'all's nationality.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 67.
Read.
Behold, God himself is the judge.
God judges.
Fear him.
Fear him and what?
Leave off from your sins.
So that's how you fear the Most High God. When you leave off from your sins. Read on.
And forget your iniquities.
Forget your iniquities. Read.
To meddle no more.
So we're not supposed to do those things no more. Women ain't supposed to be in pants. Men ain't supposed to be in dresses.
Right.
We all supposed to have actually fringes on. You see what I'm saying? Every man up here, you see, we all got fringes on. You understand? That's one of the laws that we're supposed to be keeping, along with the yellow hair and along with the dresses for the sisters. Read.
Meddle no more with them. Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever. Until Christ come back. Even after that. Because when Christ come back, he's gonna be instituting the laws. The laws are still in place, but when he comes back, there's gonna be a punishment for it. Alright? Let me get that. Because everybody, you know, a lot of times people say, God doesn't care what I have on. He doesn't really care whether or not I'm in pants. He doesn't care whether or not my hair is blonde. God is a God of love. You understand what I'm saying? That's not our God is love, but he's also a terrible God. It is a frightful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, right? I got you.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8.
Read.
And it shall come to pass.
This shall come to pass. It's gonna happen. Read.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
This is when Christ comes back, right? Read.
That I will punish the princes.
Punish the princes. Read.
And the king's children.
And the king's children. We are the king's children because who's the king? It's Christ, right?
Right. And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So everybody who doesn't have on the right kind of apparel when Christ comes back is getting murdered. You understand what I'm saying? Christ ain't coming back with hugs and kisses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Christian church. Christ is coming back to kill. He's coming to kill the people that had us in captivity, and he's killing 2/3 of the people who aren't following his law.
Right.
Now, I asked you a question. What's your nationality, right? You said black, right? Can I get on a plane and fly to the nation of black? No, right? There's no nation of black. But if I ask a so-called Caucasian man where he's from, if he tells me I'm German, I can go to Germany. If he tells me I'm Swiss, I can go to Switzerland. If he tells me I'm French, I can go to France, right? We don't know who we are, according to the Bible. Actually, let me get that in Jeremiah 17 and 4. Because this has something to do with our identity crisis that I was mentioning earlier. If we don't know where we're from, we can never know where we're headed to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We are a lost people. We've been searching for answers, but we haven't found them in the Christian church.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself,
So even you, Israel, read.
shall discontinue
So we're gonna discontinue. Read on.
from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Cause thee to serve who?
Thine enemies.
Because we haven't obeyed God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
In the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
Why? Because we haven't obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, let me get Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Okay? Because Moses, are y'all familiar with Moses? Y'all know who Moses was? Let me get Deuteronomy 1. Hold that, give me Deuteronomy 1. Because Moses, after he brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, okay, he was only talking to the children of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what he said to them.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Read.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
The context of the book of Deuteronomy, right? Read verse 28, 16. I'm sorry, verse 28, 15. Just so we understand.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass.
In the future, this is going to happen. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we don't listen to God's commandments, we don't.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses, all these curses.
Is curses a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. It's a horrible thing, right? We gonna get verse 15 through 68 is all bad things. All bad things that happen to the children of Israel. 15 through 68. So read on.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And there's gonna be nothing we can do about it because it says it's gonna overtake us, right? You know?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
When we look around in the city, all nations of people live in the city, right?
Right.
But what are the cursed sections of the city? What areas do you have the ghetto with? Where the black folks live, right? What areas do you have the liquor stores at? On every block. In the ghetto. You understand what I'm saying? What areas of town do you have brothers and sisters selling dimes and nickel bags on the streets? In the ghetto. You don't see that in the white neighborhoods? I'm saying. But are they in the same condition as us?
They is, but they ain't gonna show it. They is. It's people living worse than us now.
Okay.
They're in the white neighborhood.
Okay, let me get Daniel 9:11 because there is nobody on the face of the earth suffering the things that the black people are suffering. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody on this earth is in the conditions that we are in. Right? White people ain't suffering
black
like
people
us.
don't listen, baby.
We don't.
That's why we in the condition we in.
That's exactly right. And we're going over there right now. So if you listen, we're going to cover it for you, okay? Now, Daniel 9:11.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 11.
Read.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Everybody on this sign, we have all transgressed God's law. None of us have obeyed God's laws and commandments. So up until now, we don't.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore,
because we didn't obey God's voice, laws, statutes, and commandments,
the curse is poured upon us.
What?
The curse is poured upon us.
Same curse that was talking about in Deuteronomy 28:15. You understand? Read.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses,
Read on.
the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Read.
And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us,
Read.
and against our judges that judged us.
Right, so he's speaking against all Israel. Read.
But bringing upon us a great evil.
So a great evil. All the things that we see when we get shot down in the streets, when we over here over policed by the police, you understand what I'm saying? When Colin Kaepernick can't even take a knee without getting his job taken away from him. You understand what I'm saying? All these things are curses. Read on.
For under the whole heaven,
under all the heavens, all earth, read,
have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Upon the nation of Israel. Read. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Now let's go back to the curse. Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Alright?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64.
Because these curses are upon us, because we did not obey God's laws and statutes and commandments, this is one of the curses. It's another curse. Read.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Where's that? Because how were the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans scattered throughout the earth? It was through chattel slavery. You understand what I'm saying? We came from the west coast of Africa and other ports. You see Cairo all over here. We were scattered throughout the whole entire world through chattel slavery. That's one of the curses it's talking about. Read.
From the one end of the earth.
So from one side of the earth, read.
Even unto the other.
The other end, read.
And there,
in these different places, right? Read.
Thou shalt serve other gods.
We shall serve other gods. That's it. You got a cross on, right? And you also got a Star of David too. Are those synonymous? Right. You understand what I'm saying? these are the other gods we serve, right?
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
So we didn't know what the Star of David was. That's not actually our symbol. Even though it's a so-called Jewish symbol, it's not our symbol. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? When we be wearing, if Christ got shot down by a firing squad, we ain't wearing no millimeter. It'd be a 9mm on our, you understand what I'm saying? It's a symbol of capital punishment. If Christ got the electric chair and we wore a symbol of the electric chair on that thing, that's what it symbolized. You understand what I'm saying? We were never given that symbol. Right. Read on. 64.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
Even unto the other. Read on.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Who are these other gods you're going to serve? Read on.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Read.
Even
what?
Wood.
The wooden cross. You understand what I'm saying? That's an idol according to the Most High God. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, read on.
And stone.
What stone is it talking about? Y'all familiar with Islam? Stone. What do they do when they go to Mecca and they have their pilgrimage? They walk around the cobblestone. I got you. So, what are we supposed to do with these idolatrous things that we have? Let me guys say it 30 and 20. You understand, sis? And what's your name real quick? And Elder Women. Pastor what? Pastor Ronnie. Okay, all right, Pastor Ronnie. All right. So read that real quick. Because the Christian cross doesn't symbolize Christ. Right? Read on.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 22.
Read.
Ye shall defile also the covering of thy idol, that graven images.
So the covering of the graven images we're supposed to defile, meaning to get rid of, right? Read.
Of silver and of the ornaments. And of the ornaments of thy molten images.
Of the graven images, the molten images made with fire. Read on.
Of gold. Thou shalt cast them away.
Wait. Listen carefully, sis. Thou shalt do what with them?
Cast them away as a menstruous cloth.
So if you on your cycle, sis, and seriously, that's what it's talking about. It says a menstruous cloth. What you gonna do with that cloth? You're gonna throw it away. That's the same thing you need to do with the idols around your neck, sis, because we weren't taught those. Christ never came to.
I was at work.
She gave you an idol, sis.
I know about that.
If you know better, you're supposed to do better, right? Let me get Psalms 119 and verse 59.
All right, when today my chain gonna be like that.
Psalms 119 verse 59. Because we have to get understanding according to the Bible. Everything we say, we coming straight out the Bible. You understand what I'm saying?
Read out.
You got it? Alright, because again, why did we go into slavery? Why are we under the conditions that we're in today?
Because of white people.
No. They're the ones who did it to us, but why did God allow these things to happen to us? What did we talk about in Deuteronomy? The curses. Why are the curses on us? Because we're not walking what God's supposed to say, right? What did God say to do? He said to throw those idols away as a menstruous cloth.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? These things are idols according to the Most High God. And this is what you're supposed to do when you realize that you're 59. 119, 59.
The book of Psalm, chapter 119, verse 159.
No, 59.
119, 59.
119, 59. Deuteronomy 7:25.
The book of Psalm, chapter 119, verse 59.
Read.
I thought on my ways.
So we thought on the ways that we were doing. We thought on for instance, some of us have a problem with lust when we first come in. You know what I'm saying? We have a problem with not wearing fringes. We have a problem with not growing our beard. Right. That's a commandment according to the Most High God.
Right.
And turn my feet unto thy testimonies.
The testimonies are the law, statutes, and commandments. We have to turn and follow after the commandments.
Right.
I made haste.
You made what?
I made haste.
Mean we did this thing quickly.
Right.
To make haste means to hurry up. You understand? Read.
And delayed not not.
And delayed not. We didn't make no delay to do what?
To keep thy commandments.
Keep the commandments of the Most High God. So once we understand the word, we hear it, we understand that we in sin. We gotta turn away from those things. Now, real quick, Pastor, what is sin according to the Bible?
Sin?
Yes.
You know it's not supposed to do.
Like what?
Say you lust for a woman.
Right.
And you know you're supposed to do that before marriage.
So do you have a scripture for it?
Out of our hand.
Read Psalm 24 and 9, they tell you the thoughts of foolishness.
Right, but that doesn't tell you what sin is, right?
Now, it's a different than
I think it's book of Revelation
and committing. It's a different.
I think it's committed doing sin. It's committed doing sin, and you know you ain't sin, but you know not supposed to do it.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
This is what sin is according to the Bible. Read.
Whosoever committed sin,
So whosoever committed sin does what?
transgresseth also the law.
So sin is what? The transgression of the law.
Right. For sin is the transgression of the law.
So to transgress the law meaning you're breaking the law.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So when we go blonde in our hair, when we wear those idolatrous things, when women aren't pants, when men don't wear their beard, that's when you're in sin.
The treatment of God. We are not black men, we are Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How are you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.